This is P.O.C. It is currently 8:27 a.m. The fake sun's moving as I move. The fake sun's doing, that's a serial stalker. I've been documenting him routinely. They're targeting together with the Ontario Police Department. This is Mickey, who's gang stalking. She's intentionally the path. She's deriving pleasure out of gang stalking. She's going to prison. All right, that's the pattern of conduct. Here's the fake sun. This is what the entity's doing at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. This is the fake sun. And don't forget, yesterday, Amazon, that's gang stalking, taking the same path that Mickey is in the opposite. And the fake sun is reflecting off of this window right here. And where it's present over me right now at 8:28 a.m. I'll attach that video for you. That was after 4 p.m. Mickey's gang stalking. She's doing so while in the evening. She's on video after 5 p.m. And this fake sun is in alignment to me at computer station number 1. And she's walking on injured light just like she is now. She's a mentally ill psychopath engaged in targeting, not coincidentally present with the Ontario Police. That's a communication of that, and she's going to federal prison. She can walk over there. That's what the entity does with helicopter flying in that direction. They're stalking under the fake sun. Okay, that is not over the United States Postal Service. It's not going to be reflecting off of the back of the windshields of the demons that are at that United States Postal Service. And this is moving in the same manner that it is at 10 o'clock in the morning, and it's still here. That's the entity stalking by helicopter. These are demons that have vowed to go to prison, because that's where Mike LORENZ is going. He's going to federal prison. This is a pattern of conduct. These are demons engaging in what is conspicuous stalking, POC, criminal summoning, and this is demonic. Helicopter activity, fake sun. License 1591755, vehicle 1023. They're going to prison. License plate 169763. I can't get the rest of it. But I want to be clear, Mickey's going to prison too. That's the entity stalking, right? That's the entity engaging in what is stalking right there, crossing path in the sky space, the same exact pattern of conduct. Let me go ahead and zoom in so you can see that. That's the same exact pattern of conduct while the entity is engaging in aerial surveillance while stalking in engineer light, engaging what is a traffic stop. This is what they're doing, by the way, at 1 o'clock in the afternoon in June of 2025. Crossing path with the people. They don't have to talk to each other. This is what connects them. This is the pattern of conduct. These are demons. This is the Nephilim that's going to be deported. Okay? This is the pattern of conduct. The entity has the fake sun as I'm walking out yesterday, and Dylan is molesting under that which is not the sun. So it's reflecting off the doors. It's 8:30, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 8 hours from now, which is the fake sun that the demon possessed that are wearing police uniforms are wearing with regard to conspicuously stalking. And they're centering their attention around the demon possessed people of the state while engineer light is on the ground, not sunlight. They're monitoring at the venue where the entity keeps the fake sun after 4 p.m. for Dylan of Securitas, who was a gang stalker, also a demon, to engage in the sex offense of molesting with impossible light while the entity has the fake sun still at this location. This is engineer light where you could see my shadow appearing upon that signage. Let me zoom in for you as I walk by. This is impossible light activity while my shadow is being projected forward. I'm being molested with impossible light. This is impossible light, so you can see my hand moving across. This is impossible light while demons want to be taken seriously. They're gang stalking. They're gang stalking while the entity is keeping the fake sun. I want to be clear, over the Ontario United States Postal Service at 1555 East Holt. That's not this. It's also not going to be over what is at 9:16 a.m. It's currently 8:31. So 9:16 a.m. it would still be over the Ontario Airport Inn Hotel where the demon possessed are stalking with impossible light like this. The entity stalking with aerial surveillance. They're doing so as a form of what is hostility, as I documented at Starbucks where they committed kidnapping as demons under a fake sun. And they're doing so license 1706919. They're going to federal prison. So is Jason Fields. So he's going to federal prison. These demons that are engaging in conspicuous stalking like this is relevant to psychological torture. And you are not engaging in any profitable acts on camera where it's going to be in court where you engage in what is proven to be criminal defamation as demons who engage in stalking in plain view in what is engineered light, not naturally light conduct, and also it's not even the sun when their mental illness is put at the forefront and they center their attention on a third party who are engaged in gang stalking on their behalf inside of venues like this. In fact, this is the demon gang stalking with Corey Walton at the Starbucks at 507 North Euclid Avenue while she's gang stalking on what is Laurel and Euclid in the vehicle under the fake sun. That's federal prison. She's going to federal prison. She's routinely been targeting and stalking with impossible light, including inside of that Starbucks. This is mental illness. This is public corruption. This is POC. She's gang stalking with Corey Walton. She's going to prison. You're walking in the engineer light. You're under the fake sun. This is POC. This is demonic. They're monitoring just like the people of the state. Driving under engineer light will never cause light to sling off of your car. It's not going to hit the building. It's not going to appear and manifest in the shade. And they're doing that while they wear uniforms. They're being disbanded. And Mike Lorenz's pattern of conduct is proven by the gang stalking conduct, the demons that wear police uniforms in Ontario, committing kidnapping while they're engaged in criminal surveillance. And this demon, while the fake sun's reflecting, don't forget that, because it's still here while Amazon is gang stalking after 4 p.m. POC, they're all going to prison. They're all mentally ill. They're gang stalking with the people who are demons that are slinging light around like them. Their mental illness is on the forefront, just like those fake badges where they don't have authority under the law, where they all look down and look to the left and the right because they're mentally ill demons that are exposed. They're going to prison for gang stalking. This is POC. She's pacing while she walks to the car and walks back in the engineer light. This is mental illness. This is that psychopathic pacing. That's the pattern of conduct. Walking in the engineer light, she's monitoring. Okay? She's going to prison for gang stalking with the Corey Walton. They're doing so under the fake sun. The Starbucks that has the fake sun after 7 p.m. The entity's environment is the entity that's exposing the malice behind the targeting by corrupt police departments who are all over here stalking under the fake sun. You see them now? After 4 p.m. stalking me by helicopter while this fake sun is right here over me after 4 p.m. And you can look to the left and the right all you want. Science is going to put them in prison, and they're also going to be subject to mental examinations. This is the pattern of conduct. The entity is engaging what is targeting you, and then engaging what is that targeting conduct, and that's what they would formally rely on, because I'm showing you that's not the practice of medicine, and it certainly is not the practice of law when you're looking at hardcore evidence of targeting under all circumstances, and it includes that which is shown through the environment, even when they're gang stalking with the people not talking to you and not addressing you. Okay, this is POC, this is gang violence. They're doing the same thing at 1 o'clock in the afternoon where the fake sun, not the natural environment, will still be present. This is POC, and like I stated, the entity is engaging in this pattern of conduct in the same manner at the venue, but also Corey Walton gang stalking with her at Starbucks at 5:07 at 6:33 in the morning, doing so in the readily identifiable environment. With gang stalkers, Mickey, going out of her way to cross path. All of this is tied together with regard to malice. That's the pattern of conduct. 280 North Limit Apartments routinely engaged in targeting with the Ontario International Airport after 1 o'clock in the afternoon. All right, you talk about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, it's reflecting off of the doors, it's still here while I'm capturing the POC at the Ontario Town Square. These are the demons that are stalking me. While they engage in conspicuous stalking, you're going to prison. All right, license 1706919, vehicle 1129. Vehicle 1023, those are 2 males and 1 female, and I already documented her. She is going to prison for gang stalking. I documented her targeting with Corey Walton, a kidnapper. Under the fake sun that's over this entrance, June 16, 2022, there is no sun in the natural environment no matter how many years pass. It is still scientifically relevant and probative evidence of this agency's pattern of conduct, and Mike Lorenz is going to prison for it. 1591755, vehicle 1023, and like I stated here, this is license plate 1697636, vehicle 1119. This is POC, and this is based on what I just documented at that intersection where you're clearly seeing the fake sun moves away as I move away from that intersection where that's not the sun in the first place. It's not the sun in the first place. I'm coming to this venue from a different location yesterday, from there. Not only that, but before that, I'm at the United States Postal Service, and I'm still there based on that evidence. The entity has the fake sun reflecting off of this window, meaning it's still here at a low hovering elevation after 4 p.m. where Amazon Prime is engaged in the same pattern of conduct. The demons that wear the police department uniforms are the ones that are going to be disbanded, and they're going to prison. This is ongoing criminal surveillance, and it's a threat to American citizens that don't have the evidence to prove how targeting and how they're being targeted. This is the same agency that lies with the people of the state while they're talking about you're harassing people, you're yelling in the bathroom, and you're molesting kids, that you're breaking into buildings when they're engaged in what is doing so in that specific environment. It's called criminal summoning. This is the POC. It is currently, like I stated, 8:36 a.m. They are all going to prison. This is the POC. Alan D. Wapner, the Ontario International Airport, is gang stalking with this agency, and they're doing so under that fake sun, that documentation. And this fake sun moves as I move, like I stated, while they're engaged in stalking together. That's how you're recognizing that they're stalking you. They engage in that pattern of conduct because this is their outdated system. We're just going to go ahead and conspicuously stalk. That's how you're referring to that legally. They're going to be right in your presence, right in your face, talking to somebody else, and that's supposed to make the target individual appear as though they are paranoid or they're having some sort of breakdown in public. No, they're targeting you through the environment, and they're going to prison for this malice. This is what they do while they murder you as well. Oh, they didn't know that you were in the middle of the street while they were sounding their sirens, while they're engaged in surveillance. That's murder by an entity that's engaged in surveillance, and they're not telling you about it. And never are you, when you're proven to be targeting like they are as demons in the specific environment where this fake sun is setting at this same venue, when they drive away, it's still here. over me, moving as I move. They're going to prison. That's an outdated tactic. They're going to federal prison for the malice as well. They're going to federal prison for kidnapping as well. They're going to federal prison for ongoing stalking, which I'm documenting on a nightly, daily basis. There is nothing that you're going to do right now that is separate from what is already shown to be the ongoing stalking by the Ontario police. I'm standing here. Last night, they're flying over my head for I'm documenting it for 6 minutes straight. And they're routinely engaging in that. They're stalking. And they're demons who are stalking. And that's an outdated tactic that they're using again. And there's a body of evidence surrounding that agency in particular as you hone in on them in this documentation I have, being at this venue, stalking from sunrise until sunset every hour of the day. S. Patty is gang stalking under the fake sun at this same venue. And February 27, 2022, she's going to federal prison. The fake sun being here at 8 in the morning. During standard time, and S. Patty is gang stalking pursuant to criminal summoning at what is 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Where the entity, you can talk to whoever you want, you can face whatever direction you want. They do so with the airport, you're going to prison. This is an outdated tactic, and this is relevant to the malice. This is the pattern of conduct by that terrorist organization engaging in surveillance that is unconstitutional and it's inhumane, and they're doing so with Brightview. They're going to be prosecuted, they're going to be deported. It's not a distraction. They're gang stalking every day. They're sharing in the elements of monitoring, and they're targeting together. And that's what Starbucks is doing with them kidnapping. That demon that's gang stalking with Corey Walton at Starbucks, she's going to prison, and she's gang stalking right now. And that agency is surrounded with evidence of being demons gang stalking me for years under a fake sun. This is impunity. The impunity with which you engage in domestic terrorism, gang violence, and furtherance of murder, that's inevitable prison. This is P.O.C.